Just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Jewelry Kings. They are Australia's #1 source for hip-hop chains, pendants, bracelets, rings, and accessories. Use our discount code TSDU for 10% off all your purchases.
What's happening? It's your boy Mistah Mez, and you are watching the Sound Down Under.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Tim, and this is episode number 7 of the Sound Down Under, where we present to you our unique discoveries in the art and entertainment industry right here in Australia. Hailing from southwest of Sydney, it's safe to say that this man has surpassed the stages of the come up, clocking over 9 million views on his song Put It On Me. He is a rapper, songwriter, turn-up connoisseur, and the CEO of the record label Pushing Keys Music Group. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mistah Mez. He has paved his own path to success, and he has plenty to talk about using elaborate rhyme schemes and catchy compositions. My man, thanks Mr. Mez. Thanks for being here. Thank you for taking me to your studio. So how did this come about?
We've had this Redstage Studios for about a year and a half now, nearly 2 years. It's me and DJ Sefru. We've been running this, and before that we were always in a bedroom. And around that time is when like music started paying the bills, so like we didn't have to go to work anymore. So like we were always just at the studio, but other people lived there, you know, still had jobs and stuff. So it was conflicting with them, and like we can't be loud. We just needed a place where we could be loud all hours of the night. So yeah, we looked around and we found this place and we invested into it, and then yeah, we just built. There's 3 rooms here, so
yeah, you can be loud here whenever you want.
Man, all day, all night, and it's cool because it's industrial area, so there's nothing around.
Exactly, because like as soon as I walked in here, I caught a vibe straight away. So like,
yeah, it's cool, bro.
Like, yeah, like you catch that vibe. I could tell that you really wanted to get. Oh, I couldn't tell, but like, I know the feeling of getting out of that bedroom and like having a space where it's just solely music.
Yeah, it's cool because like, you know, there's like, it's funny when you're in like your creative process and you have those little things subconsciously in your mind. It like dulls down your creativity. 100%. You know what I mean?
Because you know your bed's right there or something.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, you got your PS4 or whatever.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I mean? So like, this just here, it's like you got nothing to do here but work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 100%. So, and you don't have to worry about, keep the music down, you know what I mean? You just like bang it out.
Yeah. You're a person that likes to read.
Yeah.
I'm a person that does not like to read. Are there any recommendations for like entrepreneurs or like
people
on the come up that you can recommend?
So I live about an hour away from here, right? So I used to read old school reading books, but now I've got an app. So you got to get this app, bro. It's the best thing ever. Yeah, like I don't even. Let me see the app name. Audible. Yeah. That's it. So yeah, it's through Amazon. I just buy all my books off Amazon, and like it's a subscription now. So like, and there's another service that's out now. It's like Netflix for books.
Oh man.
Yeah. So,
any books like that spoke out to you? That you can recommend?
I really like Gary V's stuff.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah,
Vaynerchuk, dude, he's a genius. He's a marketing genius.
A lot of people are like, Gary Vaynerchuk, man. But like, you know, half of the shit he says, it's like, you know it. But the little twist that he adds to it makes you go, bro, like, why did I think of that? You know what I mean? So
like it switches your brain up.
Yeah, there's that, and there's like, man, there's other like, I've been listening. I've been listening to this book now. It's weird saying that. To Russell Brand's latest book.
Okay.
And he's like talking about like his addiction when he was addicted to heroin and stuff. Yeah. And he went to like this rehab place that gave him this set of 12 rules. And he was like, oh no, that sounds fucking like dicky, and that like 12 rules to change your life. And he's like, bro, if you actually implement these 12 rules, you can implement it with anything in your life and it will change your life. Yeah. So I've been listening to that at the moment. And just like, I don't know, I like those little self-help books because like, as an artist, bro, like, you know, it's as confident, as cocky as we appear to be, we're the most like self-doubting, vulnerable people on the planet. Do you know what I mean? So
I agree.
Yeah, and it got to a point like with my career last year where I was really like, just self-doubt was huge. And I was just like, just going for shit. And I didn't do any music for like 7 months, 8 months. And like, I own this and I didn't do one thing.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? So like, well, I don't own it, but like, me and Seth, it's mine and Seth's, but like, you know, and that just goes to show like, if you're not right up here, the creativity side just doesn't go with it. You know what I mean? So,
so we see your success and it's continuously growing.
Thank you.
What are the hurdles that you've had to overcome getting to this point? So you were working before, right? Was that a hurdle in your life, or like?
No, I think it's a like. You know what? I work with a lot of young artists. And a lot of young artists, like, they get this thing in their head. They're like, "Oh, I'm a rapper, man. I can't go have a normal job because like people will see me at that job." And then, like, bro, like that's the stupidest mentality to have because, like, I've always said to people, like, I remember I spoke to someone the other day, and the way that they spoke about their job, they talked it down. And I said, bro, don't ever talk down about your job. And he's like, oh, but you know, but I said, yeah, but you're getting money, bro. At the end of the day, you're getting money. And it's like, everyone knows you're not going to be at that job for your life forever. You know what I mean? Like, if you've got dreams and stuff, but you're like, bro, that is you supporting your dream.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? So like, doesn't matter if you're a mail boy or whatever it is. Like, if you're getting money, bro, and that money, as long as you're stacking it and investing into your music and shit, then it doesn't matter what you do, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I completely sidetracked the question.
No, but like, what were you doing as a job
so
before?
Yeah, man, I was in retail. I was in the
What
retail
were you doing?
game. Yeah, so I was working in Newtown in a music store.
Okay, so it's still related to music.
Yeah, still related to music. It was cool because, you know, I got to play with record players. It's like they had all record players. It's like high-end hi-fi.
Yeah.
So, man, and that, like, this is before, like, I did Illuminati. Right? So I was working out of there. I was just saving all my money up, and you know, I was building my team. Like, so like through that process, and obviously working with Guzman, working with Open Till Late. Back then, he produced Illuminati with Isaac. So like, yeah, just man, and bro, I would go to work. I lived in Piedmont at the time, so I went to Newtown, and then work till like, so from 9 to 5. Go home, I'd eat, I'd be with my ex at the time, you know, just chill. I got to go to the studio, and I would drive an hour to the studio down to Campbelltown because that's where we had the studio in the bedroom set up. Drive an hour down there, I'd stay there till like 2-3 in the morning. Drive an hour home, sleep for a little bit, and like
repeat.
I was living on 4 hours sleep every day.
Far out, man.
Yeah.
So your version of flexing, right, is through your success.
Yeah.
As a rapper, how come you don't flex as often on tracks?
I just don't feel like I need to, bro. You know what I mean? Like
the success speaks for itself kind of thing?
Exactly, I'm not at a position, like, the thing is, I have really rich friends, right?
Yeah.
I have really rich friends. Like, one of my friends is worth $60 million.
Yep, get out of here.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So there's no point in me going, bro, look at my Jesus piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people like, bro, I spent $300,000 last year on flights. And half the time that you hear rappers flex on records, especially in this country, because I know everyone, it's like, bro, you don't have half of that shit. Or you're not living like that. Yeah. I don't see you in the clubs. Like, you know, for me, flexing is I'm with my family, I'm with all my cousins, we go to the club, we buy a couple bottles, we have fun
Celebrate
with the fans.
Success.
You know what I mean? I have fun with my team, my family. We'll go get a hotel room or something, you know what I mean? We'll go to Melbourne, we'll go here. Like, keep it indoors. I don't need to be everywhere, like, you know what I mean? Like,
because you still flex lyrically as well. Like, you have like double entendres, wordplay, puns, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I do. Like, don't get me wrong, like, for me, like, I'm still not where I want to be at. Yeah, it's funny because, like, we were talking about this the other day. Like, you can go a couple years ago, like, man, 1 million views. Like, fuck, like, that's a goal.
That's a goal.
You know what I mean? As any artist, like 1 million.
That's true.
And I've got 9 on one, and then 4 on another, and 3 on another. Do you know what I mean? So
you just want more.
And it's not like.
No, it's not
at first, like, you know, it was like, oh man, imagine if you had like 10,000 likes on Facebook or 20,000 likes on Instagram. Bro, fuck all that. Doesn't make you no money.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? So like, as soon as you pass that phase in your artistry of like, oh, I just want 100 likes on this, or you know what I mean? And as soon as like, because once you start getting them, you realize that it means nothing.
That's
true,
right.
You don't wake up feeling fucking better about yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's as an artist, inspiration can come in waves. And sometimes when you're in a slump or have writer's block, you just wish, like, as writers, you just wish you have like a switch that just has like hitmakers mode always on.
I wish that.
What has gotten your creative juices flowing
again?
Yeah, like when you're in a slump, or like when you have writer's block, do you go out for a walk? Do you go, like, what do you do differently to other people, or like that other people don't?
Like we were talking about before. Creativity is like you have like a meter of creativity, right? And that how quickly you use the juice meter,
the
creative juice depends on how well everything else is balanced in your life. So if you have negative shit and like, so if you're not being on top of your bills and blah, blah, and like little things like that, or like money brings stress.
I see where you're coming from.
Money brings stress. So if you don't handle that correctly, you're gonna affect your own music shit.
So it all comes down to balance.
100%. You really need to balance everything in your life, and just have a real clear mind on shit and focus on shit. Like I like to spend a lot of time. I like a lot of downtime, a lot of my own alone time.
Just alone, yeah.
And then I'll go to like, I like beaches, I like sceneries, so I'll go to like cliffs and stuff, and I like to sit there and I like to think about everything I need to do. And then if I've come up with like, if you have got a problem in your life, right? Just say it's like you got a debt, right? And this debt is on your head, and you're stressing out about this debt. There's no way, as much as you like, and it's really annoying you, right? This debt. There's no way you can come to the studio and be creative. You can't, man. There's no way. Like, or if you've got a girlfriend and you got a bad negative vibe with your girlfriend, or you're fighting with your girlfriend, or whatever. Like, if you haven't fixed that problem, you can't come and be creative.
You probably be creative, but to like an extent.
Yeah,
probably like 30%. Like,
it won't be to where you're just like, you walk in, bro. 90% of the time when I'm good, I'll walk in. Sephir's making a beat. This is how I make my records. I walk, what's this? Oh, I'm just making it. Boom, hook's written.
Yeah.
I record the hook straight away. Yeah. Like, that's how I write 90% of my records.
Yeah.
You know, and if I'm not right here, I can't. I'll sit here all day and I'll just like.
I feel like we're on the same with that, because like, it has to be instantaneous and like
it does.
Vibes and
it is. It's all about a vibe, and that's the thing. Like, you can't be creative when you've got all these negative things and just things like lurking over your head. It's like you're you know, it's like kind of like having hay fever, bro. You know when you have hay fever and just like your eyes are all cloudy and everything's just all here.
Your nose is runny.
Yeah, bro. Your fucking mind's all over the place. And you know.
That's me right now.
That's from last night though.
It is, bro. Stayed up too long.
No, but bro, and that's like, so when I get into those modes where I'm like, oh man, like I'm just not being creative or whatever, I take a pause, and I'll just go do like myself for a few days. You know what I mean? I just go do things that I find fun and like hang out with people that are fun. I'll spend. You know, I wasn't spending a lot of time with my family because I was so busy. You know, with like my cousins. I have cousins that are all like close to my age. You know, and like I started. Because the music was taking up so much of my time, I lost that connection with them. And then like they started, I'd be watching them on the gram, and they'd all be out, and they'll be partying, having fun, and I'm getting like severe FOMO. Like, fuck, like why am I not there? And like they don't invite me anymore. And I was like, bro, why do you guys don't invite me? And they're like, oh man, you're just so busy with your music. Like every time we have, you haven't come anyway. So we just assume that you're gonna be busy. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, fuck that. So I purposely made it. And then like you start implementing all these things, man, and the next minute you're fine, and like the writing just comes, bro.
Yeah, sweet. So we're pretty much coming to the end of the interview, bro. Is there any last little words of advice from Mistah Mez for the up and comers, for all those that are going through a tough time? You know, like any words of advice, anything that to uplift the people out there, bro?
We were talking about this the other day. Like, rewind a couple of years ago before I started, and like. One of my best friends, Guzman, he was there. Like, I was homeless. Like, I was sleeping in my friend's couch, living out of a duffel bag. You know what I mean? And like, I would have all my life in this duffel bag, bro. And I would wear my clothes and then wash them at this dude's house and get them in the dryer and then in the duffel bag. And you know, I had my car, and luckily I had his couch to stay on. And then like. He started his business and blah, blah, and I was just helping him out, and you know, he got me on my feet. Shout out to Tim, he got me on my feet. And then, you know, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this music shit, blah, blah, and like, you have to really believe it in your mind so much that it's gonna work out. And like, I would have never thought back then when I'm on the couch and I was writing records, you know, there listening to beats on YouTube and stuff, that I would have. If someone back then said you're gonna make $40,000 off a song on YouTube, I would have been like, yeah, right. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get millions of views. Like, and it's like, man, just do it. And the biggest key is consistency. If you're out, like, it doesn't cost you anything to sit at. You know, you can be going through anything, but it doesn't cost you to go on YouTube, find a YouTube beat. You know what I mean?
And just let it go.
Find a BeatStars beat, write the record. You don't know how to use Logic? Go on YouTube, find out how to use Logic. And that's how I did everything myself. I'm a graphic designer, I'm a director, I'm a video editor, and I learned everything off YouTube. So if you want it bad enough, you can make it happen for yourself. And the thing is just consistency. Just keep doing it, and it doesn't matter. Another thing is, don't hold on to your projects like they're gold. Like some artists are afraid to release material because they're too afraid of maybe like what people will think or whatever, or it's not good enough because, you know, we're always perfectionists, and like it's never going to be good enough. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be 100%. Just put it the fuck out, on to the next one. Next month is another song anyway, so by the time you do your next song, you've forgotten about all the bad things you don't like about that record. It's out to the world.
And you would have leveled up by then.
And every lesson you take, every step you take, you progress, because I still watch YouTube tutorials to this day. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always learning something new. The minute you don't learn anything, you're dead.
Yeah, always moving forward.
Always, yeah, so it's like, don't worry about the mistakes you made when you've done your first record, because you're not going to be making them on your 10th. You know what I mean? So just consistency, believe in yourself, push, push, push. Yeah, and just to add to that as well, with all the consistency and all that, make sure you have the right team around you and not just some yes men, because that's very, very important. You got to have a team that's going to be able to tell you, nah, that's shit, or nah, that's not good, or you need to, this needs to be better, or blah, blah. And you have to not take it to heart. Do you know what I mean? And one of my favorite stories I tell all the time, you know, Stephen Guzman, SGZ he started my whole career with the visuals, right? And we've done, I don't even, countless of music videos together. And this is, like, I put on weight now because, you know, I'm comfortable partying and everything, put on weight. You know, I've got a relationship, all that, yeah. But back then, I'm skinnier than what I am now, right? And every time we would do a video clip, I remember this is like one of the early video clips, I was like, man, I look fat in this shot, or I look fat in this shot, you know what I mean? Or can we change the angle here? Can we change an angle there? And he goes, man, bro, you know what? And I was like, what? And he goes, you're a fucking fat cunt, bro. And I was like, wow. I just laughed. I was like, fuck. And he goes, doesn't matter which way I fucking shoot you, you're a fucking fat cunt. You're gonna look fat in any way I shoot you. And he goes, Biggie, I've got Biggie tatted on my arm, right? Because you got Biggie tatted on his arm. He was a fat cunt and he had his shirt off. He goes, just fucking embrace yourself, bro. Love yourself. And I was like, you know what? You're fucking right.
Sick cunt.
And then I've just bro, but that's the type of people you need around you. Yeah. And and I thanked him for it, because that's some real shit. And he's my brother, bro. So you know,
that's true.
You can't take that shit to heart. You need people like that around you, because that's the only way you're gonna grow.
That's facts.
Because if they don't fucking tell you, and then, you know, you start becoming that fucking diva and shit, like, bro, like, that's fucking whack. So consistency, the right team around you, and believing in yourself, and be able to take constructive criticism the right way, and then knowing in your mind that this person that loves you and that's helping you chasing your dream, because remember, they're there for you. They're helping you with your dream, and if they've got the balls to fucking tell you the truth, you better fucking listen, because they give a fuck about you. Because they give a fuck about you in the first place, because they're helping you with your shit anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, you do need that transparency with like the team around you.
100%.
Yeah, just to build on that. But that's some really, really good advice from Mr. Mez.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you for having me here, bro.
My man.
Last shout out to the Cheatcoders. But yeah, that's it, man. That's a wrap.